Next up, I'm gonna show you how to solve the ALEKS problem, identify the same compound, isomer, or a different molecule. So what ALEKS is gonna do here is it's gonna show us a compound, and then listed below it is it's gonna show us 3 other compounds, and what it wants us to do is identify if it's the same as the compound listed up here, a isomer of the compound, or a completely different molecule. So here's the pro tricks for this question. First, I start by counting my elements on the molecule. Second, just know that different count mean different molecules. So say in one compound you have 9 hydrogens, and then in another you have 10. That means that that's a different compound. Second, I would ask myself, if it is the same count, it can be an isomer or it can be the same molecule. And then from there, I would pick a target element that's listed on that compound and I'll see what's attached to it. And that's how I solve my problem from there. So looking at the first compound, I'm gonna immediately start by counting what's attached to it. So I see I have 4 carbons. So I'll just write 4C for the carbons. I have how many hydrogens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hydrogens. And I have 1 oxygen. So immediately, like having that oxygen there is going to help because that oxygen is going to stand out, and I'll pick that as like my target element later. But first, I want to count my compounds, and I'll start just looking at them to count to make sure that the count matches up. So okay, in this one, I have 4 carbons. I have 10 hydrogens, which match up, and I have 1 oxygen. So immediately, I know that this is not going to be a different compound. This is either going to be either the same molecule or it's going to be an isomer. So from here, I would circle my target molecule. So in this case, it's going to be this oxygen, and I'm going to focus on, or I'll target the oxygen right here as well, and I'm going to target and focus on what's attached to it. So in this oxygen, I have a CH and a CH3 attached. In this oxygen right here, I see I have a CH2 and a CH2. So that's not the same as the CH3 up here and the CH. So I immediately know that that is just going to be a isomer. Next up, I have a oxygen that has a hydrogen on it. So again, I kind of focus on my target molecule. And in this one, I do not have a hydrogen up here. So I would immediately know again, because the count matches up as I count them is, of course, the 4 carbons, the 10 hydrogens, and oxygen, that this is going to be an isomer. I look next at the compound down here. Again, I start by counting. So make sure my count matches up. I see I have 4 carbons. I have 10 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So that makes sense. And next, I'll focus on my oxygen again. So in this carbon up here, or this oxygen up here, I have a CH3 and a CH. And I look at what's attached onto my oxygen here. I see I got a CH3 and a CH. So that's a tell sign that it's probably going to be the same molecule. And then I look to the left of this CH carbon and see what it's attached to. And I see a CH3 and a CH3. So I see a CH3 right here and a CH3 right here. So that tells me that that's going to be the same compound because I have the same connectivities on it. Now I'll show another one kind of just so you can see all of them or kind of my system work. So with this one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 carbons. So you have a butane with how many hydrogens? That look like 10 hydrogens. So 4 carbon and 10 hydrogen. And for this one, I'm going to have my target molecule be in this case, this CH3. So I'll focus on what this CH3 is attached to. So in this compound, I can easily see that all my carbons are attached to a hydrogen in some way, fashion, or form. And this one right here, this carbon right here, I see is not attached, but the count still matches up. So in this case, I could already immediately tell that this is going to be a isomer. Next up, I'm going to again count my carbons and hydrogens. So I notice here I have 1, 2, 3 carbons and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hydrogens. So of course, I'll just write that here: 3 carbons and 8 hydrogens. And because that don't match up with the number I have up top, that'll be just simply following the rule of identifying this as a completely different compound in general. So again, it's fairly simple. What you want to do on this question is count your molecules, and then you want to identify a target element, and you want to make sure within your target element that it matches up with what's down here. So if you have an oxygen, that you have oxygen attached to CH3 and it's CH. And from there, you're pretty much good to go. Again, if this video helped you or your classmates, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.